We're going to talk about this beauty. This is my carbon fibre necked / maple with second-hand loaded guitar body project. Let's get started. Something we should talk about, because it's quite rare, is the neck of the guitar. It's a carbon fibre hybrid with a maple fingerboard. It's quite unique, made by a company called DM Trading Co., which I understand was a local luthier around the Southend area. How I came across the neck was I was in my local music store back in the day at Honky Tonk Music Southend, and the guy knew I did dance music production as well, and he heard I was selling my Atari ST setup because I moved over to PCs, and he offered to give me this guitar which had this neck on it with 50 quid. So I agreed, and that's how I came by the neck. The guitar itself was a beautiful guitar, but it was made with a very light wood and it cracked at the heel joint, so I ended up with just the neck and a load of spare parts, hence the birth of this project. The body is another little story. I went on eBay because I just wanted to try out the neck cheaply as possible. So I put in loaded body and I got, or loaded guitar body, I should say. And this is what I got. And basically it was advertised as lightly relic. So I thought it's going to be a few problems, but hey, you know, we're just trying things out. When I got it, the lightly relic seemed to be the pole pieces on the magnet were lightly oxidized. Not too bad at all. The body had a few little dinks on it, which I'm going to sort out later on once I'm satisfied that everything perfectly playable and good. That's the story behind that. One of the things I added to the guitar when I was sort of building it up was these Wilkinson machine heads. They're locking type, but it's Wilkinson's own system where there's two sets of holes at 90 degrees to each other. I can't praise these enough. I'm really impressed with them for the money. It keeps really good tune. And the great thing is you can choose which hole, either the upper or lower, you use. So you can maintain a good tension over the nut without the need for string trees, which keeps things feeling a little bit more free and easy, I find, for playing. So that's that. The bridge is what came with it, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's actually a pretty good little bridge. It stays in tune well. It didn't have a whammy bar. I bought one. The only thing is, it fits fine and it works, but it's a little bit too short on the bottom bit that goes in. So I need to extend that or get a longer one. So if anyone knows where to get one, put it in the comments. Otherwise I'll have to make one anyway. So whichever. So pickups. These are the pickups that came with it. These pickups sound great. I mean, really good, because I was aiming for an Ingvi sort of tone, and I feel they give it to me, and they're not too high output and they're not too low output. They don't look too bad. There is a little tiny bit of surface rust on the pole pieces, but it gives it a little bit of a relic look, so you know, I'm not one for relicking, but it's not too bad. One thing that was pointed out in the comments when this guitar got a bit of a premature really airing in the last video with the Katana Mini was that there was quite a lot of single coil buzz going on, and a gentleman called William Molina pointed this out. I took it on board, and what I've actually done, which you'll sort of hear when we do the sound test in a minute, I put a dummy coil in parallel with the pickups, so it's reduced the hum a lot. And I would encourage anyone that likes the sound of single coils but doesn't want the buzz, try that out. It's fairly easy to do. You just remove the magnetic components from the pickup. You literally wire it in parallel with the output to the guitar. So pretty good. I'll probably do a little video on how to do that at some point as well, just so you can see. I don't know why everyone doesn't do it, because it's just so easy to do, and it really does work as well in most cases. So that's that. Another thing I need to mention is when I was doing the Katana Mini video, the neck wasn't quite on very well. It actually was slipping side to side. You heard like a crack sort of noise, and the thing just went out of tune and slipped and things like that. So I edited that out, but that's what happened. So what I had to do was, on the back here, there was various spurious fixing holes where people had attempted to connect the neck without success in the past. So what I did, I bought a fiberglass repair kit, filled the holes, and basically used the holes here as pilot holes, or lining up holes if you like. Did a pilot drill hole, made one the master, drilled it through, connected the bolt up, so I was able to put these two outer strings on as a gauge for central and swivel it until I got it right. And then once it was looking good, I then got my drill and went through the holes to mark where I should drill the further holes in the back of the neck. And that worked really well. And then I just took the neck off. I already had my little pilot drill marks. And then I just drilled the holes, bolted it all up, and it's solid as a rock now. So it's probably the best it's been. It's much better than it was on the guitar it came on, because that was all over the show. You could move it about. Then the neck heel joint cracked, and that was the end of that guitar. And it was a real shame. I had to throw the thing away, literally, in the bin, and it was a beautiful finish. So my heart broke doing that, but it's all redeemed by this little beast. The other thing I've done, I've put Ingvi signature strings on, and I tell you what, they are good. It's really fat on the low E, and it's an 8 on the high E, and then it's kind of like 9s in between kind of thing, which I think the reason is it keeps more of a even gap between the strings, so when you're sweep picking and things like that, it feels more natural. And I'll tell you, I'm really pleased with the strings. They're brilliant, and they've got a bullet end which goes in really nicely on the bridge. So if you're into Ingvi stuff or neoclassical stuff or Richie Blackmore, whatever, I would recommend these strings, and they've lasted surprisingly well. I mean, I've been playing every day, whittling about on it. They haven't oxidised too badly. I do wipe them down after playing. Really good. So something to consider.